People. Que pasa, sakpa, say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. Call it news with a buzz. First thing that is popping in the news, we see that the Wandan trial has concluded. We see that the latest batch of 27, they got 15 conviction and 12 were freed, let go. No conviction, innocent. Well, they did not find them guilty. So we see that our DPP, Paula Llewellyn, and her prosecution team, they are in celebratory mood. Because based on what she said, she got the top tier people. She got the leader, so therefore she could call it success in her opinion. Now, I am going to let you take a look to what the DPP has to say, and then I am going to give my piece. Let's take a listen to the beautiful bean footage.
I verily believe, according to my perception of the evidence and my discussions with my prosecutorial team and the police, that these 15 accused persons who are convicted were what we could call top tier members of this gang. Not to forget the leader, Mr. Bryan, as the Chief Justice found in his summation, and perhaps one could say that that conviction is indeed really very, very impactful and would really act as a great motivator to law enforcement.
Now, people, you heard your DPP, what she had to say. She said that she would call it major victory, major success, because she got the top tier in the gang, Wandan, Mr. Blackman and his top affiliates. Victory or success, it is up to your interpretation where you set the bar. If you set the bar low or you set it high based on international standard, not based on your standard of failure or lack of success in a whole bunch of high-profile cases. Let's analyze what happened when this case started. It started with 60 plus people. It dwindled down with about half of those, more than half of those or so, getting freed on technicality, whatever. No sorts of evidence. So therefore, before the trial actually started, 50% of them were out, even though some would eventually lose their life because they were still involved in stuff. So the last batch of 27, 15 major players, as she claimed, including Mr. Blackman, got convicted. However, the reality is that she started with 60 and she ended up with 15 conviction. So if my maths is correct, my basic mathematical skills is correct, that would be about 25% of people are so. Now, I've been through a whole bunch of schooling, basic school, primary school, high school, college. If I got 25% in any sort of test, I would not consider myself the valedictorian. The teacher would say you need improvement, major improvement. However, we understand that this is Jamaica, the standard is very low, especially when it seems as if you set the bar low and you don't have much expectation. The people pretty much expecting you to fail anyway. Not because of your own incompetence or, not doing your job, but because I saw the systems there. a lot of people are not going to testify. A lot of people are afraid of the suspect and also the popo. So we understand that she is working from behind the 8 ball. But 25% is still considered failure. However, we have to give credit where credit is due. She got the major players according to her. She got the big fish, the arca. She never catch a little ticky them and the fancy tail goopy in the net. But you have to ask yourself the question. The other people that were free, were these people free because they were not a part of the gang? Or were they free because of prosecutorial misconduct, investigative problem, police problem, evidence gathering was not up to par? What do you think these people are going to do? Especially, history has shown us that these gang leaders, when they are locked up, them have NSC, them have cash, them have cell phone, them depend on internet. So therefore, knowing Mr. Blackman and the ordeal that he's going to, in his own delusional mind, feel as if he was wrong, he is going to seek some sorts of victory, some sorts of revenge, He is going to contact his trusted people, the little ticky them, and they are going to recruit some more people. They are going to put out or do the job that Andre once did when he was on the street. Nothing is going to change. The only thing that is probably going to change is that he is behind these prison walls and him probably not get no PUMS. And people, I cannot guarantee you, based on the corruption in our system, that he won't. Now, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but I feel as if in the short term we're going to see a whole bunch of things taking place in a Spanish town. The ones that are free are going to be out there. They are going to carry out the mandate of their Don, Mr. Blackman. So therefore, expect all HELL to break loose. Now it seems as if there was a 180 turnaround as it pertains to Justice Judge Sykes. He did a complete switcheroo. Him do a flip-flop. Because persons were saying that, hold on a minute, this man seems as if him want to let go everybody. He was chastising the prosecution, the poor. So people are saying, boy, don't think these people innocent enough. We know that they are doing all sorts of evil stuff. But it seems as if the DPP and her crew, them have fumbled the ball. But it seems as if he was listening to all of the backlash that he was getting on social media, that it seems as if he was in their pockets, meaning the gangster. Or was it a case that this man is going by the book? Was it a case that this evidence in this case was so overwhelming, or the reputation of these men was so bad for a couple of decades? He needed to put down his foot. He needed to make sure that Jamaica get justice. He needed to be a part of the team that put away 25% of these people, according to the DPP, the big fish, the big whale, the arca of the organization. He saw what was going on social media. Or is it that the right thing was done? Justice needed to be served, and justice was definitely served. So at the end of the day, while I would not consider it to be 100% success, reason for celebration, but whenever we keep losing so much, any degree of success will be accepted. Because we saw that we had the YouTube social media pet detective, the Nostradamus that was giving their opinion that yes, this is going to be a slam dunk case, and C4 was going to be such an effective witness number one, witness number two. All the predictions from all the Nostradamus, these crime experts, these bush lawyers, I guess they are now happy. 25% of 60 plus people are convicted. Are we going to say that because they are the top ones, it is a good thing? People, let me know what you think in the comment section. Further on in the news, this is what happens when females pick up gunman, pick up bad man. Them want bad man in a shithole. They want the proceeds of crime. Them want everything easy as 1, 2, 3. I am speaking about an investigation that is ongoing between St. Ann Popo and the Brownstown Popo, where it is said that a 28-year-old lady was at her house in a place called Pimentowa that is in St. Ann. She did there cook, did there watch the picnic them when she hear a knocking upon the door. Boom, boom, boom. Who that? Mr. Brown. The man then kick off the door, go in, grab her, put one bag over her head, hold her hostage, carry her, fling her in her car, a waiting car outside. Took her to an abandoned building in a Brownstown. Had her there for 2 days or so, cuff her up, all sorts of scare, all sorts of swelling, all sorts of this, all sorts of that all over her body. When she was eventually taken to the hospital, taken to the Popo station. Based on the account of this lady, while they might do this to her for in excess of 2 days, they were asking for her boyfriend. Let's call the boyfriend Quaco because they did not give his name. It took them at least 2 days to be convinced that Quaco, even though they wanted Quaco, he was a target. Like it say, can't catch Quaco, them catch the shot. The girlfriend was the shot. After 2 days or so of this lady, I tell them say, him no there street, him no free, and I make several phone calls that were unanswered. Him lock up, him there in the jailhouse. The Popo hold him for burglary, all sorts of shop broken, all sorts of bad deed. Them finally convinced, they decide say, that girl here, what this here man, we not get no sorts of result from her. We are going to take her from out of this abandoned building and fling her in the garbage dump. She was there, I guess she was making all sorts of wailing sound or whatever you make when people hold you and fling you in a dumpster. And some passerby was driving by and heard the commotion. Pick her up, carry her go at the Popo station. Popo launch investigation. People, the rules of the game of engagement is very simple. Whenever you get entangled in any sort of dirty bungle, something liable for happen to you, it is not going to work out very, very good. So therefore, you have to tell yourself, say, you know, say, if my man a thief, my man a smuggler, yeah, me I get some pretty car, me I go eat lobster and scrimps. However, there's also a polar opposite side of the story. The side is that you can also get held, abducted. You can also get cuff up and even wassara. You can lose your life. So I guess these people, them stubborn, them head no good. All when she tell them, say, listen, Quaco they are jail, Quaco they are jail. They wanted proof. They wanted evidence because they wouldn't come go look for Quaco and take where she because Quaco never did it. But I guess somehow they got convinced. Don't know if them went on the internet and them do some sorts of Google search or whatever. People, me no know, me never did it. So anyways, them dash her in the garbage bin. People find her car go to the power station. Investigation launch. Here's the thing. I am almost assuring you that if this lady was a hard-working lady, work at some sort of corporate place, was in UOE, CAS or one of those places, furthering her education, being like the average Jamaican, more than likely, she would not get in this entanglement. More than likely, she would not end up getting cuff up in some sort of abandoned building. She wouldn't get dashed with like some sorts of dumpster baby. My point is this: you have to take the good with the bad. Whenever you want bad man in your hole, whenever you want everything easy like 1, 2, 3, any card can play. And I also guess that these people did not check Quaker file. These people did not do an update on where Quaker might have been before they actually went. Inconvenience themselves, bad magnifically speaking, for go take with this lady for no sorts of information. I guess the next best thing is to wait till Quaker comes out of that penal institution and then start their warrant of DEATH from there. Because if them do the girlfriend like that, luckily for her, she did not lose her life. Just imagine what would have been the outcome of Quaker. However, them put it on pause for now. But you know that whenever you are entangled or keep doing the same thing over and over, it is only going to be a matter of time before justice, badman style, is served. Point blank and period. Further on in the news, it is called BLODY Wednesday. I am speaking about at least 5 people get caught up, 3 did not make it in Montego Bay, St. James to be specific. Rush hour takeaway. Man kicks the buckets on Pele Drive. And trouble in Paradise Norwood. About 6 p.m. or so, in a place called Cornwall Courts, a man was taken out, sent to the afterlife, 6 p.m. rush hour. About an hour or so ago, a man called Pinchers, he was conned up. He was taken out on Pele Drive. Pretty much, he kicked the bucket in flankers. About after 7 or so, 3 persons got conned up in a place called Paradise Norwood. Trouble in Paradise. Couple of those people did not make it. Based on the information and based on the fact that so much people, 5 in all, get conned up in a 1 hour span, it is either these gunmen are very efficient or probably more than one set of GVNM3N working in a coordinated effort. People, me no know. Me just tell you say, rush hour problem, people kick the bucket, and also trouble in paradise. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like this, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.